Unatira Banachari Jayaratha Madhava Kunda Bihari Kapitana Balaba Girivanadari Yashodanandana Vratadana Randana Yamunatira Banatari Jayaratha Madhava Kunda Bihari Kapitana Balaba Girivanadari Yashodanandana Vrajadana Randana Jamunatira Banachari Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namani Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Pachani Nirvishesha Sanyavadi Pasatyadi Satayani. So, Hare Krishna. Dies Mikrofon ist das Not. I want to have this class in English. Everybody understands English? Yeah. Microphone is necessary, or is it transferred outside, or? Okay. Everybody understands Angliski? Ja? Ekayani, versteht jeder Englisch? Okay, spreche ich lieber Englisch als Deutsch, oder? Ja, okay. Versteht Englisch? Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Narang Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashta Prayeshva Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, Verse 8. Sri Prarada Uvacha Brahmadaya Suragana Munayota Sita Brahmadaya Suragana Munayota Sita Pramadaya Suragana Munayota Sita Sadvaikatana Gatayo Vachasam Pravahyae Satvaikatana gatayo vachasang pravahai. Satvaikatana gatayo vachasam pravahai. Naraditum puruganai uduna pipipru. Naraditum puruganai uduna pipipru. Naraditum puruganai uduna pipipru. Kim tostomarati same hariru krajate. King tostomarati same hariru krajate. Sri Prarada Uvacha. Pramadaya Suragana Munayota Sita. Sadvaikatana gatayo vachasang pravahai. Naraditum puruganai udana pipipru. King tostomarati same hariru krajate. Sri Prarada Uvacha. Pramadaya suragana munayota sita. Satvaikatana gatayo vachasang pravahai. Naraditum puruganai uduna pipipru. Naraditum puruganai uduna pipipru. Kim tostum arhati same harir ukrajate. Sri Prarada Uvacha. Tamadaya suragana munayota sita. Sadvaikatana gatayo vachasam pravahai. Naraditum purugunai raduna pipipru. Kim tostum arati same hariru krajate. Sri Prarada Uvacha. Brahmadaya suragana munayota sita. Sadvaikatana gatayo vachasang pravahai. Naraditum purugunai aduna pipipru. Kim tostomarati same hariru krajate. Und die Damen bitte. Ladies. Sri Prarada Uvacha. Amadaya suragana munayota sita. Satvaikatana vaktayo vusacham pravahai. Naraditum purugunai uduna pipipru. King tostum arati same hariru krajate. Sri Prarada Uvacha Pramadaya Suragana Munayota Sita Sadvaikatana Gatayo Vachasam Pravahai Naraditung Purugunai Rauduna Pipi Pru Kim Tostomarati Same Hariru Krajate Sri Parada Uvacha Prahlad Maharaj prayed Brahma Adaya headed by Lord Brahma Suragana the inhabitants of the upper planetary systems Munayaha the great saintly persons Atta as well like the four Kumaras and others Siddhaha who have attained perfection or full knowledge Sattva to spiritual existence Ekatana Gataya who have taken without diversion to any material activities Vachasam of descriptions or words Pravahai by streams Na not Araditum to satisfy Puruganai although fully qualified Adhuna until now Api even Pipruhu were able Kim whether Toshtum to become pleased Arhati is able Saha he the Lord me my Harihi the Supreme Personality of Godhead Ugrajatehe who am born in an Asuric family. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Prahlad Maharaj prayed, how is it possible for me, who have been born in a family of asuras, to offer suitable prayers to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Even until now, all the demigods headed by Lord Brahma and all the saintly persons could not satisfy the Lord by streams of excellent words, although such persons are very qualified, being in the mode of goodness. Then what is to be said of me? I am not at all qualified. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. A Vaishnava who is fully qualified to serve the Lord still thinks himself extremely low while offering prayers to the Lord. For example, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Chaitanya Chaitamrita, says, Jagai Made Haite Muni Se Prabhishta, Puri Sera Kita Haite Muni Se Lagishta, Chaitanya Chaitamrita Adilita 5:205. Thus he considers himself unqualified, lower than the worms in stool, and more sinful than Jagai and Madai. A pure Vaishnava actually thinks of himself in this way. Similarly, although Prahlad Maharaj was a pure exalted Vaishnava, he thought himself most unqualified to offer prayers to the Supreme Lord. Mahajano yena kata sapanta. Chaitanya Chaitamrita Madhya Lila 17.186. Every pure Vaishnava should think like this. One should not be falsely proud of his Vaishnava qualifications. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has therefore instructed us, Trinat api sunichena taror api shaishnuna amanina manadena kirtanya sadahari. Chaitanya Chaitamrita Adilila 1731. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Unless one is meek and humble, to make progress in spiritual life is very difficult. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Dastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasatyadi Satane. So here, by Krishna's arrangement, we continue discussion of how devotees feel fallen. Yesterday in the Bhagavad, in the Chaitanya Chaitamrita class, and also during the Sunday feast class, I came to the point that devotees, although they may be very qualified, like in this case Prahlad Maharaj, he thinks himself very fallen. So, miraculously, Krishna wants us to understand this lesson during these days. The verses kind of are about, that we are reading today, these days, are about the same topic actually. How a devotee should be very humble. This is called dainya, or humility in the devotional service. Actually, this humility is the humility in front of God. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we are his very minute parts and parcels, very small parts. The spirit soul is described in Vedic scripture to be the size of 10,000 times of a tip of a hair. You take a tip of a hair, you divide that by 100 parts, and each part of that, again, you divide by 100, you get the size of the spirit soul. So the spirit soul is very tiny. It's vibhu, it's anu, and very tiny, very small. And Krishna's vibhu very great. So we are small, God is great. Even in the spiritual world, where there are only liberated souls, Krishna is the supreme soul, and everybody else is subordinate. Although in the spiritual world, everybody has spiritual bodies, and they look alike. If you come to the spiritual world, then you will not see so much of a difference between Krishna and the cowherd boys, or even Vaikuntha, between Lord Vishnu and the Vaikuntha-vasis, or the inhabitants of Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, everybody has 4 arms. Although there's only one Lord Vishnu, and there are many Sahasra Gopi, many gopis and many men and families, everything is there. And everybody has 4 arms. So there you cannot see so much of a difference, even between Krishna and the liberated souls. Except that in Vaikuntha, Krishna has the Kaustuba jewel, and he has the Srivatsa, a line that comes from the goddess of fortune, and he has a bundle of hair on his chest. What is it called? The bundle of hair, locks of hair. That what? Yeah, that nobody else has. So, first sight, you cannot see a difference. There was one Gop Kumar, he's described in Bhagavatamrita by Sanatan Goswami, by Rupa Goswami, and he travels to all these worlds, and he even comes to Vaikuntha, and he cannot actually see a difference between God and the inhabitants there on first sight. But then he finds out everybody is concentrating on this one personality, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna or Vishnu is there by his attractiveness. He's great through his attractiveness. That's his greatness. Similarly, in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna is only a small cowherd boy, and he is a small child. And for example, Nanda, Yashoda, and all the cowherd men and cowherd ladies, they're all bigger, all taller than Krishna. Krishna, even as a toddler, small child, or as a baby, later as a young boy, he is smaller in size than the adults. But still, everybody focuses on Krishna. In the Goloka Vrindavan, everybody focuses on Krishna. So that is his greatness. Similarly, we consider Krishna the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now with Krishna, there is no difference between his body and his soul. He is all spiritual. His body and soul are both spiritual. And when one is self-realized, again, there is no difference between the body and the soul. But we, being in this material world, we have a kind of sizable material body, from, say, Indra Gopa, or from bacteria body to elephant or whale body on this earth even. We have a material body of certain size. But even inside the whale body, the spirit soul is very, very tiny. It's very tiny. It's not developed. It has not developed its spiritual body. Its soul is asleep. It's there in a sleeping, unconscious state, fully in illusion and covered by the dream of the material world, in my material conceptions. So the spirit soul is very small. And it has, in Bhagavad Gita also, 13th chapter, it's described Kshetra and Kshetragya. There's Kshetra, which is the material body, and then there is Kshetragya, which is the knower of the body. So the Kshetra is the field of activities, like somebody has a garden or a field, and Kshetragya is the one who cultivates the field and knows the field to a certain extent. He knows when to harvest flowers and vegetables and so on. So the spirit soul is not called the Kshetragya, the knower of only one body. To some extent, you can know your own body. You can touch your bare body, you kind of know how you feel, how is the load in your stomach you feel, do you feel tired or do you feel active? What the body like to do, especially the senses, you kind of know, you have knowledge about that. But you do not have complete knowledge of the body. You don't know how exactly the digestion works unless you study it in a book. You do not exactly know what happens to the breath you take. You breathe in, you breathe out. So what happens to the air while it's in your lungs? You do not perceive. You have to study a book. So you're not fully conscious of most of our activities in the body, which are very complex. We have no knowledge of. You have to study medicine, and even physicians do not fully understand the workings of the body. They're still researching how everything works. So, but Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, he says, I am the knower of all fields of activity. That means he is situated in your heart as Paramatma, or Super Soul, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hrideshu Arjuna Tishtati. He is in the heart of all living entities, the Supreme Lord, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam, the Supreme Lord of all living entities, situated in everyone's heart. He knows what's going on in your body, both directly and indirectly. That means he can perceive all activities that are going in your body, even those that you are not conscious of. And that's directly, and indirectly also, he knows what you feel from the outside. Also, he sees you. But he's the knower of all bodies. That means he knows what's going on inside your body, what's going on inside your fathers, your brothers, your friends, all living entities' bodies, inside the animal. Simultaneously, he's conscious of everything. And therefore, he can be Vibhu, or he's called the Anumanta and Upadrishta. Upadrishta means he surveys everything. Maya Dyakshena Prakriti, Krishna says. I supervise the entire material nature. The material nature works under my supervision. Maya Dyakshena. Aksha means I. He can see everything under his supervision. Vision means from the eyes. Maya Dakshena Prakriti. And Upa Anumanta, he's also the permitter. He gives permission. Okay, you at breakfast time you feel hungry. Say you are sitting in the temple room, and you want to go to the prasadam room. So in order to get to the prasadam room, you have to get up from this yoga sitting position. You have to open the door, go down the stairs. And so Krishna, there are many activities necessary just to get from the temple room down to the prasadam room. So Krishna has to permit all these activities just in order that you get your breakfast. He has to allow you to get up from the seat. Like Bhakta Raul, he's sitting there comfortably. He has to allow you to get up from the seat. If Krishna doesn't want to get you to get up from your sitting position, you'll stay there. Imagine Krishna gives you some trouble in the knee or something, you cannot get up. Then you stay there, you will not get your breakfast. Okay, first step. Then, okay, you go out the door, then you have to climb down the stairs. Krishna has to allow you to get down the stairs. Imagine while walking down the stairs, you get, Schwindel. You lose your balance and you stumble while walking down the stairs. You will not get to the breakfast room. Maybe the ambulance will come and take you to the hospital instead. Then you have to climb down the stairs. Then you have to go into the prasadam room. Now imagine the cook didn't cook. And now in Gauradesh, every morning there is breakfast. Just like the sun rises, breakfast is there on the table in Gauradesh because of the excellent administration. But imagine the cook is sick and couldn't get ready and there was no replacement. There will be no prasadam. So that also Krishna has to allow so that we can get our prasadam. He is the Anumanta. He is the Upadrishta, the surveyor or the supervisor, and also the allower who gives us permission so everything can work. Not us, even the body he controls, our body, everything he controls. So in this way, he's the supreme controller. Now he does this worldwide, not only when we go to breakfast here in Gauradesh, but he does it worldwide. And even universally, whatever, the universe is full of living entities, and each and every living entity is controlled by Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is why we call him great. He's Vibhu, and we are very tiny, because we only have this one human body. Fortunately, it's a human body now. Could be an animal body, but we have made it to the human form of life. Haribol, we've also made it to the Krishna temple, and we have a bead bag around our neck. So this is the evolved human form of life. We are actually it's the blossom of the human form of life. We have become improved humans by worshipping Krishna. Our life is becoming perfect since we worship Krishna. So, but only this one body we have. So it's very tiny. So still, conditioned human beings, they think themselves very great. Yesterday we talked about that. We say that Vaishnavas or devotees of the Lord very often feel fallen in front of the Lord. I'm so sinful, I'm so unqualified. Karmis don't have these emotions, Doesn't happen. It happened to Kamsa once. He was, Kamsa, he kept killing all the babies of Vasudeva and Devaki, and then he said, "Oh no, I'm so I should not do this. I should not kill all these babies. I save this first baby, because the prediction was I would be killed by the eighth baby. I should save this first. I shouldn't do this." He became remorseful because he said, "I was too angry and no." But then his friends came, "No, no, 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 you have to kill this first baby too. Because any baby might be Krishna and kill you at the end." So this is the demonic tendency. So here Prahlad Maharaj, he is speaking about his being unqualified, because even Brahma and even Goddess Lakshmi, when she saw Lord Nrsimhadev, she became afraid. She is actually the wife of Lord Narasimhadev, and Lord Narasimhadev mostly is very peaceful. Mostly, generally, he's very peaceful. He has this Vaikuntha planet, Lakshmi Nrsimha, and Lakshmi Devi is sitting on his lap, and they have a very peaceful relationship. He's very kind to the devotees, Bhakta Vatsala. This is why we worship Lord Nrsimhadev amongst all the incarnations of God. Lord Nrsimhadev and Lord Rama, we worship. We worship Lord Krishna and Lord Rama and Lord Nrsimhadev. Why? Because they manifest this Bhakta Vatsala attitude of the Supreme Lord, or this merciful attitude. Krishna is the God of love, the transcendental God of love. He attracts us by bhakti, right? We feel attracted to Krishna through devotional service, bhakti yoga, love, the yoga of love, attraction. Krishna means the all-attractive one. Why is he so all-attractive? Because he's so beautiful. This loving feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Rama also is Bhakta Vatsala. He has a servant Hanuman, and he does everything to protect the devotees in his life. And by giving a perfect example to the devotees, he's Madhyada Bhagavan. He shows the devotees how to live perfectly by the rules of Vedic scripture. He never deviates from Dharma or his eternal duty. And of course he recovers Sita, and this way he's Bhakta Vatsala. And Lord Nrsimha, he is so merciful. He only has not even 1 hour performance on this world. He's mostly very happy and merciful, but he only comes down once to save his pure devotee Prahlad Maharaj, because he cannot tolerate his devotee being in trouble, especially Lord Nrsimhadev. And he only stays on this world for not even 1 hour, 1 muhurta, which is 50 minutes or something. 1 muhurta he only stays. The entire pastimes only takes 1 muhurta. But he comes down. He cannot tolerate how his devotee is suffering. Actually, Prahlad Maharaj wasn't worshipping Nrsimhadev, he was worshipping Lord Vishnu, in general, Lord Vishnu. But Vishnu came down in his form of Lord Nrsimhadev to save Prahlad Maharaj. He couldn't tolerate Prahlad Maharaj being in trouble. So this is this mercy attitude of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The spiritual master also has this compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Why did Srila Prabhupada go to the West? He could have stayed in Vrindavan. No, he had this mission from his spiritual master, and to save the conditioned souls, to save them. Namaste Saraswati Gadeve Gauravani Pachai Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatara. From the calamity of impersonalism and nihilism. Save them. Materialism ultimately also is nihilism. Materialism actually boils down to nihilism. We have these nihilistic philosophers in the West like Jean-Paul Sartre. He was the chief of the nihilist philosophy. He said, material life boils down to nothingness. Because it's all only atoms, and everything will have an end, and therefore enjoy as much as you can, as long as you have a body. So ultimately, material life boils down to nihilism, impersonalism, because matter doesn't have personality. It's only dead things actually. It doesn't live. So. Srila Prabhupada became because of that reason also to save the conditioned souls. Savior. Therefore, even Srila Prabhupada prayed to his own spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta, as a savior of the conditioned souls. Save us. We say he saves us from material life. So, Srila Prabhupada, in his purport, he refers to one verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 5, 205, and Krishnadas Kaviraj is praying, Jagai Madai Haite Muni Se Papishta Purishera Kita Haite Muni Se Lagishta. Translation: I am more sinful than Jagai and Madai, and even lower than the worms in the stool. He continues praying, anyone who hears my name loses the results of his pious activities. Anyone who utters my name becomes sinful. Then he continues, who in this world but Nityananda could show his mercy to such an abominable person as me? Because he, Nityananda, is intoxicated by ecstatic love and is an incarnation of mercy, he does not distinguish between the good and bad. So he's praying to Lord Nityananda. Since Nityananda is intoxicated by love and is an incarnation of mercy, he does not distinguish between the good and the bad. Yesterday we were explaining that Lord Nityananda is even more merciful than Lord Chaitanya, and you cannot attain Lord Chaitanya without first worshipping Lord Nityananda. He delivers all those who fall down before him. Therefore he has delivered such a sinful and fallen person as me. Although I am sinful and I am the most fallen, he has conferred upon me the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami. I am not fit to speak all these confidential words about my visiting Lord Madan Gopal and Lord Govinda. So now we have to say something, explain something. Go to 216, what does it say? The mercy of Lord Nityananda showed me Sri Madan Mohan and gave me Sri Madan Mohan as my Lord and Master. So how did this happen? Well, I relate this to you. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 5, Krishnadas Goswami, who was he? Was the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And at the place where he lived, there came one visitor, a very devout devotee of Lord Nityananda. His name was Meena Ketana Ramadasa. He visited the house of Krishnadas Kaviraj, And since he was such an elevated devotee of Nityananda, everybody worshipped him, except for the brother of Krishnadas. Krishnadas Goswami's brother did not worship Miniketan Rama. He did not greet him respectfully. He did not pay obeisances to him. And he was doubting even the special position of Lord Nityananda. And he said that Nityananda didn't have the same divine position as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This was Krishnadas Kaviraj. He was saying Nityananda is an ordinary preacher, and this Miniketan Ram, he was behaving quite strange also. You know, in the temple room, when somebody paid obeisances, he would climb on his shoulders. You have read this in Chaitanya Charitamrita? Miniketan Ram. He was an avaduta, like Nityananda was also. So, so Miniketan Ramadas, this devotee who visited, recognized this respectful attitude and became sad and left the place. And then Krishnadas Kaviraj, he decided to separate from his brother. He kind of separated from his brother, gave him up, and to fully devote his life to spiritual service, to devotional service. And then, right after he had sent his brother away, he had a dream in the night. And in this dream, Nityananda Prabhu placed his lotus feet on Krishnadas's head. He placed his feet in the dream. He placed the feet on his head and blessed him, and he instructed him, go to Vrindavan. So, obeying that order, Krishnadas left home and traveled to Vrindavan, because he said, Nityananda, in Vrindavan all good things are awaiting you. And there in Vrindavan he took shelter of the Vaishnavas and had darshan of the principal deities, including Madan Mohan deities, Govinda Dev and Gopinath. Now Madan Mohan deity is for attracting devotees to Krishna. Govinda Dev deity is for engaging them. Sambandha is Madan Mohan, Abhideya Govinda Dev, and Prayojan, reaching the goal of life, is Gopinath. So he saw all those deities. And he principally, Krishnadas Kaviraj worshipped Madan Mohan, accepted him as his Lord. So while he was worshipping Madan Mohan, he had this feeling of humility. But, I mean, he had already done so much. He had given up his own brother because his brother would not accept Lord Nityananda. Who would do that? Think of your own life. Some do. I did that when I gave up family, when I became brahmachari. But later, when I returned with wife and 3 children, again I established relationship with the family. I have one devotee brother, but also one non-devotee brother. But I don't give up the relationship even with the non-devotee brother. Well, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami did. And then he went to Vrindavan. So then there he feels so sinful. Although he did so much, he gave up his own brother. Yeah. Wie lange geht das? How long is class? 15 Minuten noch. Okay, when Krishna erlaubt. If Krishna allows. Okay. So this is, you can see that these great devotees, even Prahlad Maharaj and Krishnadas Kaviraj, they become very humble. This humility can also be seen in the life, for example, of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who is a very devout follower of Nityananda and Chaitanya, he wrote many poems, and I wanted to recite one poem of one song of Bhaktivinoda Thakur where he manifests this humility. The song is called Gopinath. Now, if I were a good musician, I would play you sing the song with harmonium, but not so musical. Text 1, O Gopinath, Bhaktivinoda Thakur prays, Lord of the coward girls, please hear my prayer. I am a wicked materialist, always addicted to worldly desires, and no good qualities do I possess. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he's a pure devotee, come on. Text 2, O Gopinath, you are my only hope, and so I have taken shelter at your lotus feet. I am your eternal servant. O Gopinath, how will you purify me? I do not know what devotion is, and my materialistic mind is absorbed in fruitive work. I have fallen into this dark and perilous worldly existence. O Gopinath, everything here is your illusory energy. I have no strength or transcendental knowledge, and this body of mine is not independent, being controlled by material nature. O Gopinath, weeping and weeping, this sinner begs for an eternal place at your divine feet. Please give him your mercy. O Gopinath, since you can do anything, you have the power to deliver all sinners. Who is a greater sinner than I? O Gopinath, you are the ocean of mercy. After entering this phenomenal world, you expand your divine pastimes for the sake of the fallen souls. O Gopinath, although all the demons you killed attained your lotus feet, this Bhaktivinoda is so sinful that he has remained in worldly existence. So this continues. This was only the first part. O Gopinath, please remove the torment of worldly existence. I can no longer tolerate the pain of ignorance and the cycle of repeated births and deaths. O Gopinath, I am a confirmed servant of lust. Worldly desires are awakening in my heart, and thus the noose of fruitive work is beginning to tighten. O Gopinath, when will I wake up and cast this enemy of lust far away? And when will you manifest yourself in my heart? O Gopinath, I am your devotee, but because I abandoned you and thus forgot my real treasure, I have worshipped this mundane world. O Gopinath, you know everything. Now having punished your servant, please give him a place at your lotus feet. O Gopinath, is this your judgment? That seeing me averse to you, you abandon your servant and bestow not even a particle of mercy upon him? O Gopinath, I am certainly very foolish, and I have never known what is good for me. Such is my condition. O Gopinath, you are indeed the wisest person. Please find a way to bring good fortune to this fool, and please do not consider this servant an outsider. It continues and continues. O Gopinath, I have no means of success, but if you bestow your mercy upon me and take me to you, I will be delivered from this world. O Gopinath, I have fallen into the perils of material illusion. Wealth, wife, and sons have surrounded me, and I am wasting away from lust. O Gopinath, my mind is crazy and disregards all authority. It is always senseless and stays in the dark pit of worldly affairs. My mind is crazy, disregards all authority. O Gopinath, I have accepted defeat. All my efforts have failed. Now you are my only hope. O Gopinath, how shall I make any advancement when my mind has come under the sway of my powerful senses and stubbornly clings to sense gratification? O Gopinath, after sitting down in the core of my heart and subduing my mind, please take me to you. Thus the horrible dangers of this world will vanish. O Gopinath, you are Rishikesha, the Lord of the senses. Seeing me so helpless, please control these senses of mine and deliver me from this dark and perilous worldly existence. O Gopinath, I am bound around the neck by the noose of materialism. Take up your sword of mercy and cut my bonds and make Bhaktivinoda your humble servant. So this is the Gopinath song of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Srila Prabhupada sang this song. It's quite famous, Gopinath song. We hear it in Bengali, but we have the English translation, of course, so this is the translation. So many people say, well, these great acharyas, of course, they are not really fallen, and they are not attached to sense gratification, they are not illusion. They say this for the sake of the conditioned souls, because they are not fallen, but the souls around them are fallen, materialists are fallen. Huh? So they can understand their position from these poems. But actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur does feel like this. He feels like this. I mean, we have seen so many examples now. Prahlad feels like this, and Krishnadas Kaviraj feels like this, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur feels like this. So, I don't know what you want to take away from this. You have any question? How do you deal with these such information? You said, yeah, I'm a servant of lust. Or how do you deal with this? Why did Lord Nishingadev wait so long? Yeah. Oh yes, good question. Lord Nishingadev. Yeah, he really came at the last moment. Huh? Hiranyakashipu was about to kill Prahlad, and then only Nishingadev came. But before that, he saved Prahlad Maharaj indirectly. He protected him because Hiranyakashipu tried to kill him many times before, but not himself, but through his servants. But every time Nishingadev saved him indirectly. Yeah, now we could ask, well, why did he directly come? He could have maybe saved him No, because Hiranyakashipu is originally a servant of Krishna. The Jai and Vijay. I think he is Vijay, I'm not quite sure. So he wanted to have this fight with the servant. Yeah. Any Nityasida, any question, anything to add? No. Nityasida often even doesn't come to my classes. Anybody? Ekayani? Some. Yeah, then if there's no more questions, then we have to pack our bags also, because we are leaving this morning. It was very nice here in Gauradesh. Every time I've been here a few times giving seminars, Guru Disciple course and other things. Now I don't do this anymore. Haven't been here for 2 years or something, but this was very nice weekend for us. Thank you. Also, you do so much to keep this temple in good order. The deities on the center, and they look so beautiful, really. I mean, this is one of the 3 main temples of ISKCON in Germany: Simhachalam, Golokadam, and Gauradesh. And it's maintained so nicely, and every time you have these programs, and we especially, of course, enjoy the Sunday programs. How everybody dances so enthusiastically. They love to sing and dance. Yeah. All right. Ja. Ja, Prahlad Maharaj verehrt ihn da, im 5. Kanto. des Bhagavatam. Ja, also Lord Nrsimhadev ist natürlich genauso alldurchdringend wie Vishnu. Ne? He is as all-pervasive as Lord Vishnu himself. But he manifests in certain places. Also on the earth he is. In Jiyada Nrsimha Kshetra, that's the Indian east coast. And then in Ahovalam, which is near the Indian west coast. 2 places on this earth. And then he is also there in Sridham Mayapur. He is. Yeah, there, but also there's one very old Nrsimhadev deity. It says that after Lord Nrsimhadev had killed Hiranyakashipu, he went to Sridham Mayapur to wash his hands. If you regularly go to Simhachalam, there you hear about Lord Nrsimhadev all the time. Of course, you can no end to Lord Nrsimhadev's pastimes, or no end to worshipping Lord Nrsimhadev. Yes, Lord Nrsimhadev, very special, so special. Quite. That's okay. Also, he is in his Vaikuntha planet. Also, he's on Ilavitavasha, and also on this earth. Yes.
Spiele stattfinden mit Prahlad Maharaj und Nrsimha, sind das verschiedene Gebote, die Prahlad Maharaj werden dann verschiedene Lebewesen oder immer ein und derselbe. Es gibt ja Millionen von Universen.
Ja.
In jedem Universum ist der gleiche Prahlad verschiedene.
As far as I understand, Lord Nrsimhadev only comes once to do this pastime of killing. Because these Jaya and Vijaya, they were cursed to appear on earth 3 times, or in the material world 3 times, but not more, only 3 times. That's Jagai and Madai. Okay, beautiful, 3 times. First time as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Second time as Ravana and his brother Kumbhakarna. Third time is Shishupal and Dantavakra. So in Sanatana Goswami explains that why they were killed by Lord Vishnu. Why didn't he go back to the spiritual world? He didn't see Lord Nrsimhadev as God. He saw this as a strange being who is more powerful than me. He didn't realize him to be God. So this is why he was born again as Ravana. They were born again as Ravana and Kumbhakarna, very powerful living entities. And then Rama came and killed them. Again, they didn't see Lord Rama as God. They saw him as a human being. But then there was Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. And Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan, he's always God. So then they realized, this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then actually that was their last incarnation in the material world. They did go back home, back to Vaikuntha. But in Vaikuntha they heard that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is having his pastimes in Kali Yuga. Chaitanya, Nityananda, Krishna, Balaram. And then they said, let's do it again. This time become Madai, Jagai and Madai. Because they enjoy the fight also with Lord Vishnu. That's their pastime. So then they became Jagai and Madai, but through Lord Nityananda's mercy, they actually, in the same life, they became devotees of Lord Chaitanya. You know the story that even Lord Chaitanya, he was prepared to kill Jagai, Madai, who had thrown this pot at at Nityananda. But Nityananda said, don't do it. You haven't come to kill the demons. You have come to reform them. So they became devotees. For devotees in Lord Chaitanya's fold. Right, yeah. This is what happened to Jai and Vijay.
Wir haben ja so viel Satya Yoga in unserem Universum. Die Überlegung von Brahma ist ja sehr, sehr lange.
Ja.
Nach jedem Satya Yoga werden Jai und Vijay verdammt oder nicht?
Nein, nein, das ist einmal, nur einmal. Ja, ja. Kannst du im Bhagavatam lesen, da haben nur einmal, da hätten ja jedes Mal die Kumaras da kommen müssen. Und nein, also soweit ich verstanden habe, es passiert nur einmal. Ja. Die Kumaras wurden dann ja auch, die haben das auch nur einmal gemacht, die waren ja Brahmavadis. Die waren, also haben ja das unpersönliche Brahman verehrt. Und nachdem sie aber da nach Vaikuntha kamen und die Tulsi rochen, die auf Vishnus Lotusfüßen waren, dadurch wurden sie Devotees. Und die wurden nicht wieder Brahmavadis und klopften nochmal. Nein, nur einmal.
Das geschieht dann nur am Anfang, wo das Universum kreiert wird. Aber ich habe gehört, dass Brahma, wenn er einschläft, wieder aufwacht, dann es wird ja alles vernichtet im Universum, wenn er einschläft. Ja? Dann muss er von neu das ganze Universum kreieren.
Also wenn er schläft, einschläft, wenn seine Nacht kommt, dann wird das alles überflutet, einschließlich Indra-Loka. Aber nicht die höchsten Jana-Loka, Tapa-Loka und Mahaloka. Ne? Brahma-Loka wird dann nicht überflutet, weil er da ja noch schlafen muss. Ne? Ja. Ja, dann schafft er praktisch alles nochmal. Ne? Ja. Ja, die Lebewesen, die dann sterben, die gehen ja dann in den Körper von Mahavishnu ein, aber werden dann nicht befreit, sondern sind in einem unmanifestierten Zustand. Und dann fahren sie aber fort mit den Aktivitäten, die sie begonnen haben. Das Karma geht dann einfach weiter. Die sind zwar selber unmanifestiert, aber das Karma bleibt erhalten. Ne? Die werden dann wieder in die materielle Welt geworfen und machen da weiter, wo sie aufgehört haben davor. Ja. In Siddhaloka. Where have you heard this? I'm not aware. Where did you learn this?
First time where which place appears himself? Erscheint sich erste Mal welchen Planet?
Der entscheidet.
No, he appears in the Hiranyakashipu. He had conquered Indra Loka. He was sitting on the palace of Indra. And he was sitting on Indra's throne. And this is where Lord Nishingadev appeared.
And after that he's appeared, or always is there?
No, after that he goes back, only for not even 1 hour. But also this happens simultaneously on Earth planet, in Ahovalam. You can still see the remnants of the palace of Hiranyakashipu. Yeah. Haribo. Hare Krishna. Yeah, all right, so thank you very much. Now breakfast, unless Krishna interferes, we all make it for breakfast. Okay. Haribo, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.